Hello, and welcome to the roadmap to nowhere. I think that's the first time I've got the title right?
Good.
Well,
It took me
yeah,
30
thanks.
seconds to remember the name the last time we tried.
Good. So, Roadmap to Nowhere, a podcast about building cool products in a region that demands cool things, led by three of the most uncool people you've probably ever met.
Thank you.
But that's me speaking on their behalf. We wanted to take this opportunity just to give you maybe a 10-15 minute intro as to what this will be about in the future, give you a bit of an insight as to what to expect in the upcoming episodes, but also just introduce ourselves as well. So without further ado, maybe I hand over to Gustavo, who can give you a bit of an introduction as to who he is and why you should listen to this guy.
If you want. I'm Gustavo Smidt. I'm from Argentina, as you can tell by the weird accent. I've been in Dubai for 11 years. I've been in tech companies for like 18 or 19 years. I started at Google before smartphones. I used to do more marketing communications back then. Then I moved to product management. I've been in a bunch of companies. Like we built Virgin Mobile from scratch. I was CPO at Namshi, and I was VP of product with you guys at Property Finder, and now I'm building my own startup called CloudFit.ai. And why listen to me? I don't know, I'm going to try to be funny, which makes it already not funny. But I may have learned a few lessons from my pains in the in the career.
I love the fact that so early in the series you've declared yourself going to try to be funny. That's
that already cancels it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. One cool fact maybe about yourself. I mean, I've got a few that I might use in the upcoming episodes if you don't say them early enough.
That can be very cringy. I mean, I don't know if you can see the guitar in the background. I play guitar and sing, which also can be very cringy, but I have fun. I like it. So
he likes it.
Screw you guys. I like it. I have fun.
Exactly. Well, Gustavo has fun. So maybe Stuart, you want to jump in and I mean, Stuart nearly didn't make it, right? We nearly replaced Stuart with AI Stuart, which is yet to be seen whether AI Stuart was actually better or not. But we'll
even
see.
more handsome.
How do you know this? How do you know this isn't AI Stuart? Like this could be AI Stuart.
Exactly.
You wouldn't know, right? It could be.
True.
It could be.
Turing test passed.
So I'm Stuart. I've been in different roles: product, commercial, sales leadership, marketing, commercial operations, pre-sales, a bunch of different stuff. 20 years in prop tech industry across UK, a bit of Europe, and now going on for 6 years in the Middle East. So interested in all parts of not just product, but growing great businesses. One cool fact about myself, I'm in a pretty good karaoke band with both of these two guys.
Yeah.
Only one of the three of us can sing, and we'll let you figure that out in a later episode.
Yeah. It's not the English guy.
Wait. I'm one of those English guys.
Only if it's Despacito.
Oh,
Talking about cringe.
Love that. We've used the word cool probably maybe 300 times in the first 10 minutes of recording.
Yeah. We're losing one cool point every time we mention it.
Yeah, exactly. The Gen Z generation is dropping off one listener at a time.
But the boomers are into it. That's what I'm saying.
Love a bit of booming.
Like, let me learn how to be young. These guys have some hair still.
It's not all grey yet. It's just a little bit down here and here.
I know. Anyway, right. So lastly, I'm Chris. Unlike the other guys, I'm probably just a product guy. So product man and boy, 23 years, and that's how old I am. So
You're 23. Wow, you look a bit older. It's been a tough.
Who needs enemies when we have friends like this, right?
You could have just said it's because you've worked with us for too long. So
true. Touche. Yeah, good point. We did work together as a three very, very recently. Happy times. I've been in Dubai for maybe coming up to 3 years in July. Product career spanned all sorts of different sectors: education, retail, now prop tech, e-commerce, anything you can think of. I've had a little dabble in, and find myself on this side of the world enjoying the prop tech industry with these guys. So maybe there's more in this space going forward. But as we mentioned, we don't want this to be just about us, our careers, but we actually want to get to a position, right, where we're talking to very interesting people in a very interesting part of the world about building cool stuff. Am I right?
Cool stuff.
All right,
that
Chris.
that hopefully brings revenue and is useful.
Exactly. I think maybe one of the reasons why we ended up doing this was we've listened to these sorts of things in the past and we've had some inspiration, but the things that we probably as a three latched onto more is where we've actually talked about companies or businesses that are being built as opposed to just the products and tech. And it feels like we're at an age now where anything and barriers to entry have definitely been removed. So the opportunity is there. So we're going to be doing some of that kind of stuff. We had some ideas that we've sort of wanted to introduce to you. Do either of you want to jump in and explain what some of those ideas are?
Yeah, one of the ideas. So now it's becoming much easier to build products with AI, and a lot of the tech guys will tell me, no, don't use Replit. Like you still need us. Yeah, we do. Don't worry. But for MVPs and prototypes, it's amazing. So one of the ideas was, let's bring a guest each time who has a business idea that they want to get out of their system, and let's build it. Let's build it during the podcast. We can brainstorm together. We can help you shape it up. And by the end of the podcast, you have your own little product that you can go and take to the world and go validate if someone wants it. So yeah, I'm very excited to do that. We've done a few before, but never live like this.
Yeah. I think a product development jam, is that a cool thing to say?
Cool kids say jam, right?
Yeah, Figma says jam, Figma jam. So if you can do it in Figma, it must be cool.
Yeah,
It's true. That's what our design friends say anyway. But yeah, no, I completely agree. I think the idea of creating something with people and actually being able to maybe even help others along the way to actually get to, and we speak to, I mean, Stuart, I'm thinking sort of some of the conversations we've had recently with some people around, everyone seems to have an idea at the moment. And how do we kind of get those people to either test the idea and find out whether or not it's got legs, or help them to kind of realize the potential of that idea? That seems to be the thing that we're all pretty excited about.
I think that's a really big bit, right? Is that a lot of people have an idea and they think they need like hundreds of thousands of dollars immediately to go and fund that idea to build it out. And the reality is you just need to test it, see if people even like your idea first before you start spending money.
Yeah, and people who are not techie, they get a little bit of, they don't want to touch it. I've spoken to friends who are like, I have this idea. I'm like, just look, here's a link, replit.com or any of the others. 2 days later, they're like, oh man, I built a marketplace for car parts or whatever in 2 days. They're mind blown. So yeah, it's doable.
I just want to point out before you make a comment though, Chris, that we aren't sponsored by Replit, and although maybe Gus is personally, but we are definitely not as a podcast.
What you're saying is
we
that
can
there
talk
is
about
room
the
for
others
sponsorship.
Other product available.
Not yet. This is actually fishing.
Oh, is it?
Name
Okay.
it many times, then maybe we'll get some free stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Is one of our KRs the number of sponsors that we have within the next 6 months?
1,000,000%. How many adverts and sponsors do we have within?
So just mention the brands and maybe they will come. Like Ferrari, Porsche.
What we want to build is a Lamborghini for your business.
Lamborghini,
or Ferrari, either will do, because they're both amazing
Exactly.
cars.
McLaren is fine too. Yeah.
But
I can hear the roar of the engines already. Yeah.
You can?
No.
Well,
I think it's your sound system that's not working.
Yeah. We've had some wrestling with sound, haven't we? It's fair to say we've tried this a few times, and maybe this will work. We'll see.
Yeah.
But maybe not just building cool products, but maybe even helping build cool companies as well. So some of the things we've been doing over the last few recent weeks is talking to various different companies about how they get, again, remember the part of the world that we're in where, you know, companies have gone from zero to hero in a very short space of time. And now they have this kind of awkward dilemma about how they then go and scale this for the next kind of wave of growth. So how we can help organizations or talk up to people that are doing the sort of scaling journey that that a lot of the companies in the area are on now.
Yeah, and also with the spirit of not telling you, hey, this is how it works. So there's a lot of books that tells you, oh, this is the perfect world and you should be doing things like this, and it never works like that. And it's super frustrating to read that. So look, we know things are not perfect. We've gone through it. We have some lessons. Maybe we've tried things that worked. Or worst case, you can come and we can be your therapist. But yeah, we're not going to lecture on how things work perfectly. We're just going to try to help to make things better.
Yeah, I mean, this is as much for fun for us as it is for hopefully anyone that's tuning in. For that one person who will listen, thanks, Mum.
Yeah, we have 3 listeners for now, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've gone from
maybe
dad bod.
6 if I was going to say maybe 6 if we can get our dads right. We've got our dads,
Yeah.
brothers. I mean, we might make 10. Let's aim for 10
Yeah.
by the end of the week.
Yeah,
All family members.
add more dad jokes and we'll get them.
Yeah.
Dad jokes is not going to be a problem, I think. So, okay, so that's maybe the way we end our short introduction, I think. Anything else you'd like to kind of cover before we hand the waves back to the listener?
Yeah, share, like, and subscribe. I always wanted to say that.
Gosh, bravo. There was a reason we brought Gus into this podcasting world, right? Is because we knew that we needed a pro of how
The
to do it.
influencer. Yeah.
I've also noticed how like Gus's camera does him a lot of justice.
Oh, so you think I'm uglier in person?
Wow.
That's what you think. This is
yeah.
an compliment.
That was a backhanded insult.
No, I'm saying he looks good. He looks good. You know, the skin, the complexion looks good. The hair looks on point.
Well, there may have been some science helping there, but next.
Save that for the other podcasts, and then we can bring you up in Dad Bod for those who don't like product and want to subscribe to 3 middle-aged man going mental. Dad Bod, their next podcast.
Yeah, I'll give away all the content. Right?
Amazing how you're launching a podcast that week.
I'm launching a podcast within the podcast.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, exactly. That's how it works.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, what Gus said, those words, I'll never be able to do that like and subscribe thing. It makes me goosebumps. But also, please in the comments, love some suggestions.
What do you think about this?
Talk about. Yeah, anything you want to hear from us, any guests that you want us to try and get hold of, and any ideas, the things that you want to cover, or even if you want to actually come and speak to us yourself, would love to hear all of that. As I said, this is kind of trying to maybe bring people together in the region to build some cool stuff. I said cool again.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Time to wrap up before we say cool again.
Oh no, you said it again.
But it has been really cool just having this chat with you guys.
There's going to be a lot of editing in this.
I've had my mouse on the stop button this whole time. Like, he says cool one more time.
Right, press the button. Press the button, Gus.
Thank you, everyone. See you.
Bye.